Hey folks, welcome back to the Cotswold Collectibles YouTube channel. I'm Greg Brown, owner of Cotswold Collectibles. It's been a few weeks since we last did a video. We've been super busy getting ready for summertime. We're going to be doing 3 shows this summer. We're first going to be doing the DFW G.I. Joe and action figure show this June. Then we're going to be doing the Kentuckiana G.I. Joe Toy Expo in July. And then finally we'll be rounding out the season by doing Joe Lanta in August. But that being said, we wanted to talk about these really cool sets that came in from White Elephant Toyz. If you're familiar with White Elephant Toyz, they are one half of Super Joe Unlimited, which is basically Jason, and his partner with Super Joe Unlimited is Steve Stovall, who, as many of you know, is kind of like the Super Joe guru. But Jason has been expanding. He did some Super Joe 1/6 scale heads, as well as some Takara Combat Joe heads, which have been selling phenomenally. At Toylanta earlier in March, he surprised me with one of these samples, one of these bags, and said, hey, I got these things coming out. I took a look at them, and the thing that caught my eye, which we'll get into shortly, is the fact that each one of these sets has a perfect reproduction of the Magnum Power set, which is the Magnum Power rifle, and the 3 scopes that come with it. What really makes these appealing is the fact that these sets are $24.99, $25 each, which is phenomenal. I don't know how hard it is for you to find a perfect mint Magnum Power rifle with the 3 scopes. It's virtually impossible for me. I think I've got the rifle with the broken barrel and 2 of the scopes, and that's it, and I've been lucky. But fortunately, Jason with White Elephant has replicated these, not only in black, but he's also done them in white and silver. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and break open each one of these bags, because every set has the same as the next set, but there are some color variations, and I want to touch upon those color variations per set. So let's go ahead, we're going to move the white and the silver one here to the side, and we're going to look at the black one, which is probably the most prominent one. The packaging, as you'll notice, it's packaged a la the Backyard Patrol style packaging, which, as many of you know, when Hasbro was trying to get rid of some G.I. Joe product that was older stock, they put them in the bags, stapled the little topper on top, and put them out for sale. Jason followed the same thing. His sub-brand Combat Man is what the heads are that he sells, but then he's packaging as well for this brand, for these items here. And, you know, if you just want to change it up, he also has Super Joe Unlimited on the flip side. Nice little touches. Has a little receipt here. It's actually printed on there, but it makes it look like a little vintage tag. Almost looks like Kmart. This particular one, this is the all black series. So let's go ahead and break these bad boys up, and we'll take a look at it. All right, so here's basically what comes in the bag of the all black equipment set. You have 1 pair of boots. As with all the products that White Elephant Toyz is manufacturing, they are putting markers on the bottoms of the boots and anything else in here, and they're putting CM2023, which basically means Combat 2023. What's really nice about the boots is these boots are, compared to the Cotswold boots, the Elite Brigade boots, these are a softer rubber. So that's how you'll tell the difference between ours and theirs. Ours is a little bit harder rubber. Theirs is a softer rubber, kind of, to me, a lot like Action Man. Super great boots. I think it's a nice addition. So you can kind of choose between, if you want to get some of their boots, you can get their boots, you can get our boots, whatever. The other nice addition is the shoulder holster, which is very much like ours again, which is ours is based upon the vintage one, but this one is again made of that softer rubber. I want to say that the 1960s holsters were a softer plastic, whereas the 1970s holsters were more rigid. But again, very nice addition to the set. All black Lebel pistol, which is double checked. This is based upon the Adventure Team version pistol. It's not based on the Action Man one. The trench knife, all in black, very nice detail. The axe. Now in this case, the axe is actually, well, that sounds weird. The axe is black, but it has the silver detailing like the vintage one would be. To my knowledge, I don't think there ever was a black axe. I think there was a green one and a red one, but this is a very nice addition. So then you get to the TNT bundle, Normally this was I think a red TNT bundle. This one is in black with a little silver detail right there. Very nice. Then you get to the AT dog tag. Standard Adventure Team dog tag, G.I. Joe in the back, AT in the front with the chain. Then you get into the walkie-talkie. Now this is the walkie-talkie that does not have the antenna. I know there are variations of the G.I. Joe walkie-talkie. In fact, I'm pretty sure that we'll probably do just a video with me, with Ace, or with David to talk about the different variations of the walkie-talkies. But this is the version that does not have the antenna, and it has the silver detailing on there as well. Now you get to the flare gun. This is an all-black flare gun, but it has the brown wood grain detailing. Again, the original was silver. Sometimes it was silver with brown. Then you get into the pliers. Now these are super cool. These are based upon the original pliers that came with various G.I. Joe sets. The one I remember was it the Smoke Jumper set or such like that. It has the belt, which we'll be touching upon in a later video, but these actually do work. Super cool. The binoculars are the repro binoculars. However, the straps are, that's the one about only nitpick I have, is that the straps are not correct for Adventure Team, Action Man, or anything like that, because the other ones were the thinner material, but it's a very pliable rubber, and it's still a great addition. And again, for $24.99, I mean, you can't really go wrong. Then you have, I always forget what this tool is. It's kind of like it's like mountain climbing or such like that. You'll see this with various G.I. Joe sets as well as Super Joe sets. Flashlight is actually a more modern interpretation of the flashlight. So this is a little bit of a deviation from the vintage flashlight that came with the G.I. Joe sets. Same with the 45. This is a 45. I'm not sure what it's based upon, but this is not a reproduction of the 45 that came with all the different G.I. Joe sets. So that's why I'm kind of saving this for last. So you have your flashlight, your 45, then you have your hand grenade, which this hand grenade is more like the hand grenade from the Hall of Fame series. So there's that one. And those are like the three biggest deviations, if you want to call them gripes, about this set. But considering the fact that this set is $25, and I know a lot of people, what they're coming for is they're coming for this beauty right here, which is the Magnum Power Rifle. So this Magnum Power Rifle is cast in black, and it comes with the 3 scopes. It has the larger scope, it has the longer scope, and it has the shorter scope. So that right there to me is worth $25. Everything else is gravy. And finally, the last piece of the series is this pistol, and I'm going to apologize in advance. This is a reproduction of a pistol, and I want to say that it was something to do with Captain Action or something in that vein, but this is an actual reproduction of a vintage piece, so I'm sure we'll probably in post note what this item is. So let's move on to the Silver Series. Okay, now with the Silver Series, one thing you'll notice is that the silver pieces are pretty much just the white pieces, but they are repainted in silver. So don't flip out when you're looking at the pistol and you're going to see white in there. The exterior parts of these pieces are all silver, so they're not going to be bad, and I've not heard anything about peeling or anything else like that. So you have your holster, which we talked about. You have your boots that are here. They're still pliable. You're going to have your flare gun. Now the flare gun is going to be a little bit more quote unquote vintage accurate because it's going to be silver with the brown detailing here. You're going to have your trench knife, which is going to be a little bit more accurate because it's going to have the silver with the golden handle. Then you're going to get your bomb bundle, which is the yellow that is more vintage accurate. However, on the back side, so you can definitely tell that it is a reproduction, it is going to be white on the interior. You're going to have your gun with your 3 scopes. And the same thing, your dog tag is going to be closer to the vintage Adventure Team dog tag, which is silver. You have your walkie-talkie, your grenade, your flashlight in silver with yellow detailing, your binoculars, your pliers, which do work in silver. Laser gun, hatchet. Now this hatchet, because it's silver, it's not going to have any difference right there because it's silver on silver. Then you have this piece, which is how this piece would have been colored in the vintage series. The label pistol, which is how the label would look, except I'm surprised that they didn't put any type of wood grain detail, because if they had, this would have been perfect for a reproduction. And then the 45. So let's move on to the white. Okay, so here we have the white set, which is the final set. Like I mentioned before, the black set was printed all and was not printed. It was cast all in black. The silver was cast all in white and repainted. The white is all cast in white. First, you're going to get your rifle with your 3 scopes. So you have those. You have your boots that are cast in white, same pliable rubber. Then you're going to have your holster, which is the same pliable rubber here as well. You're going to have your flare gun, which is going to be cast in white, but with the wood grain detailing on the handle. You have your white axe with the silver detailing, white binoculars, white 45, white label pistol, white dog tag, white knife, grenade, flashlight, walkie-talkie, whatever the heck this thing is, sci-fi gun, and then you get to your pliers, which are gold. Now, these also open up and close. These are what the original pliers would have looked like that came on that belt, that leather belt that held the pliers, it held this fine little tool here, it held your flashlight, and it held your axe. So this would be the vintage accurate piece. And this would be the bomb bundle. I apologize, a minute ago I think I said that the yellow one was the reproduction. I think the red was the reproduction. I think the yellow might have been. It's been so long, I've just totally forgotten. But regardless, it's cool to have a red version and to have a yellow version. In summary, what's really cool is some people are strictly buying the black set, but if you really want to get a little bit of the best of both worlds, you really want to buy all 3 bundles for $75 or $24.99 times 3, which we carry online and we have plenty of stock. Because what you can do is you can build the items that you need, especially if you want to build that belt for the smoke jumper. There's your pliers. There's that. We don't have the red flashlight, but Cotswold Collectibles does have the red flashlight. And then you can kind of pick your axe. I would pretty much go with this axe, but then you have all the other items that are like, here's one that's vintage. You have this here that's vintage with the 3 scopes. So you have those. Then you have your trench knife. Then you have your dog tag. Then you have, technically there never was a black dog tag, but we sell them, and so I consider that part of the mix. You have your black label, which is actually part of the Adventure Team Training Center. And then, let's see, you got your flare gun. So you can kind of mix and match boots right here. You can kind of mix and match on what you want to do and actually get some items that are reproductions of the originals. Now, what some other people have done and Jason has suggested to do is some people are actually taking the guns, and what they're doing is they're switching up the scopes on them. So if you want to have a white gun with a black scope, you can do that. Or if you want to have a silver gun with a white scope, you can do that. So you can mix and match on the different scopes and play around with it. Me personally, I'm going to break open a set and I'm going to have the Magnum powered black guns, and I'm going to put my scopes into my Elite Brigade backpacks. This set is what I'm really interested in because I am an Arctic nut. So I am probably going to create a polar set, some type of polar exploration or polar insertion or something to that effect. Because, I mean, you basically have this rifle all in white. The silver one, I think, is really good for science fiction. And then the black one is just perfect for just a good reproduction. People have been asking, is Jason going to be manufacturing other different colors? I don't know. I think he's going to see how this does first. And if these do really good, then I think he'll probably explore other colors, like maybe a desert tan or a brown or a jungle green, such like that. But again, you know, for $25, you just can't go wrong. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to be selling these individually as packs, but we're also going to break these down and sell them as parts. So expect in the next couple of weeks to see that we're going to be offering the rifle by itself, the binoculars by itself, the boots by themselves, the holsters and such like that, so you can kind of pick and choose. They'll be a little bit more expensive. You know, it benefits you to go ahead and just buy the pack. But if you want to get just all the rifles by themselves, boom, you do that. So, but anyway, that's it. Super great stuff coming from Jason at White Elephant Toyz. I know he's working on some other stuff that we hope we'll be able to get some samples of. Also, just a reminder, we've been getting some emails about One, where's the Action Man sets are? Where are the Action Man sets? The Action Man sets are in the United States. Probably by the time that this video gets published, they should be stateside at our warehouse, and we'll be shipping them out. So just an FYI, just be a little bit more patient with us. Same thing goes with the Super Joe Unlimited figures, which Jason also manufactures with Steve. Those are in production right now. I would guess it's going to be here near the end of this month, maybe the beginning of June. I know a lot of people are getting anxious. We were shooting to have these ready, or they were shooting to have these ready by March, April. It didn't happen, but they are being made, and we will get them to you as soon as we can. So other than that, have a great day, and see you next time on the Cotswold Collectibles YouTube channel.